Hey, welcome back. Got a good one for you today. Just picked this one up. It's Baker's, and we're going to talk about that. But first, my wife made me something here. She's got this little Cricut cutter thing, and they do custom glasses and things for a deal that she works on. But she made me one. It's got my little logo on there, so pretty proud of that. You don't get this glass, I do. But we will get to that right after this. All right, so let's get right into it. We have Baker's. This cork has not been out of the bottle. Now, I have had Baker's before, but it's been a while. So I've been on the Booker's. Now, of course, this is Beam Suntory. So Jim Beam Distilling. So of course there's the Jim Beam and all the variations of that. There's Knob Creeks, there's the Bookers, the Bakers, and the Candlestick Makers, I guess. So let's go ahead and pop the cork here. Very, oh, that's a lot lighter than I thought it would be. Let me pour yours first. You know, you're the guest, so let me be a good host here. So there's you a little taste, and as always, if you don't drink this, you know I will. Again, if you're late to the party, the reason I pour this is because I record these in full VR180, and so if you have visors and you're watching this with visors on, you'll get the full experience. It looks like you're right here at the table. Looks like you can reach out and grab that glass. But if not, don't worry about it. You can slide the screen up and down if you want to see the color on it. The camera, brand new, just got it. In yesterday, did a little test video run on it. It's coming in clear as a bell. But the first camera I had ordered, I had a defect. That's pretty sweet. I had a defect and the left lens. So there's two lenses on the front of this camera recording at the same time, like eyes. And so they're about this far apart. So it's recording left eye, right eye. The left eye on it, which would be on that side, but if I was facing that, anyway. So the camera on that side had a blur right in the middle. So if you go back and watch some previous videos, there was a blur like right in here, and it was about this big, and it was getting worse and worse. And when I would shake the bourbon, getting air in it, hold it out like this, it would be right in the middle of that blur. So I ordered the camera through B&H Photo. They were really good about their customer service. I did an online chat. They said, yeah, that's defective, send it back. And I said, well, I have a YouTube channel. And they said, okay, well, we'll send you another camera. And when you get it, just take it out of the box, put your camera back in the box, leave everything else there, and just ship it right back. Here's a return label. And I was like, awesome, guys. So let me go ahead and start nosing this thing so we don't. But B&H Photo and Video, you can look them up online. Really good store. You know, I've bought a few things from them. Really good. All right, right off the bat, the first thing that hit me was vanilla, but it's a woodier vanilla. So unlike some maybe Elijah Craig and some of the other punchier ones that hit you with the strong vanilla, it's there. But I'm also, now this is 107 proof. Let me go through the stats on this thing. So 53.5% by volume. It's not considered a cask strength or barrel proof, which those are usually on up in the 120s. But still, you know, stronger than some. But its age statement on it is 7 years, 8 months. And they even put that it was distilled, no, barreled, I'm sorry, bifocals. I had to get it on there. It was barreled again, 2 of 2012. So that gives you, you know, you can deduce when it was bottled or whatnot. But yeah, it's the Beam Suntory line. And it gives you the serial number, warehouse, and proof of 107. So, all right, so there it is. Let me go ahead and put this stopper. I won't call it a cork because it's the rubbery stopper, but which is better for the environment, by the way, you know, not using up all the cork, but I'm not going to judge on that. But yeah, again, I already went through the whole Beam Suntory line, or a lot of them. But I am getting some woodier notes out of the nose on this one. Possibly, I'm expecting some drier fruit notes out of here. Instead of the like fresh apple, maybe into some maybe dried apricot or something like that. It's hard to tell until I get my tongue. But let's look at the coat. Oh, it's coating really nicely. It's got a nice ring around the glass. It is holding on really, really well. I know when I reviewed like Bird Dog, which is a lower end bourbon, it was very thin. It did not leave a ring like this, and you didn't get the wash trails like I'm getting on this one. So I'm expecting a really good mouth feel to it, a good coating, and a longer finish on it after the swallow. So let's go ahead and give her a taste. Oh, wow. That hit me right up front. Caramel. I'm telling you, man, this is some good bourbon. I love that, by the way. A little bit of singe on the tip of my tongue there. You know, not bad. It's certainly not like a cast strength of barrel proof, but I was expecting a little different out of it, because even the Bookers, you know, the barrel proof is far higher alcohol content, does not drink like a high alcohol bourbon. This one, it's not drinking high, trust me, but I did get a little bite on it, but not very much warmth in the back. But it is, I didn't get the tummy tickle, put it that way, that I usually get off of the higher octane. Of course, I call it octane. I'm talking about alcohol content. It's just my little colloquialism I use. So let me go ahead. Yep, same nose. I'm not getting, sometimes when I take a drink, when I nose it again, I'll pick up a little bit more, because, you know, you still have some taste flavors in the mouth. Also, when I nose, I always leave my mouth open just a little bit. And it helps with the nosing on it. If you keep your lips together, I think you get a shallower nose off of it. So that's just a little tip. But man, this is good. I am getting some of the side notes, the woods coming through. Wow, that is fantastic. I'm getting those oaky notes, darker oaky notes. And I may even be attributing some of this to maybe a leather, but I don't think we're into our tobaccos on this one. So, I will say before I take another drink, which it's hard to do because this is so good, I want to take another drink. I might pair this with a lighter cigar. I think this would be really, really good. Wow, that's good. Man, that finish on it, that follow after I take a drink is lingering, and it's a very, very good linger. I can tell you that. That makes me think more with a cigar. Those ones that have a little, you know, pint on the back end and they don't have a long finish on them. Of course, I'm not going to swallow cigar smoke, so it's not going to taint that. But I like the ones that have a longer finish on them, a longer in the back to smoke a cigar with. That's just personal preference. Now, I don't smoke a lot of cigars. I don't know that much about cigars. I know I usually just go for your Romeo and Juliets and My Father Opulencias and different ones. But if I don't go that often, so I usually go ahead and spend a penny. But someone else will come over with a cigar and I'll smoke it and be like, oh, what's this? Well, I don't know, I just grabbed it. And it's just as good to me. So I'm not a cigar expert. But I know there's a lot of people that like to drink cigars with bourbons and whiskeys. And I enjoy it every once in a while if I have company. And we go outside on the, on the porch or whatever and have a cigar and enjoy a bourbon. Oh yeah, man. I really love bourbon, and this is tickling my fancy all the way right here. I hate to use the word smooth because it's overused, but wow, that is silky. I can't explain to you how much better this is than some of the lower end bourbons on that shelf. Man, this is fantastic. And I do love Booker's, the Country Ham, the 2019. But I think this is right on in there. And of course, I discovered the Long Branch from Wild Turkey last week, and I went back and bought 2 more bottles of it. It's got the mesquite in it. It has more complexity to it on the sweeter side. But man, this is a fantastic bourbon, and I don't regret at all spending the $60 I spent on this, or whatever it was, $67 tax and all. But so this is around here again. Prices geographically vary. This was a plus $50. So, but you know, it was right in there with the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked and those types of things. So I know I always go back to say Woodford Reserve Double Oak, but I remember how much it cost. It was $55, and the regular Woodford is like 48 or something, 47 here, and the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked is 55. And I always say it's well worth the extra, you know, $7 or $8 for it. But that's the only reason is I just remember how much that one cost right off the top of my head. Man, every once in a while you just have to stop talking and just enjoy the flavors, the complexity, the finish, the oaky notes on the sides, the sweet over the top of the tongue. It is past vanilla in the mouth. You are into some good caramels, not molasses just yet, but those caramels. And yeah, I'm getting some leathers out of that. That's how I gauge a bourbon. Of course, I could go into some floral notes or whatever. There's not a lot of floral in here. Not floral as in rye, but as in like certain specific types of flowers like honeysuckle or things like that. I'm not getting honeysuckle like Elijah Craig, but I tend to gauge it how deep I go into those wood, spices, peppers, sweets. That's kind of my gauge range for how I gauge a bourbon. So, you know, you may have your own. Of course, ryes are going to give you more florals, but I don't think there's a lot of rye in this. I didn't look up the mash bill on it, and I don't do that because I don't like to be influenced before I give these reviews. I just want to give a good, honest review right off the nose and the taste buds for you. But again, I'm enjoying this Bourbon Bounty logoed glass, and I'm really enjoying this bourbon. So I'm going to go ahead and end this, but as always, please like and subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you these videos.